Look, I think that there is a happy medium or middle ground when it comes to people making a fair wage. Certainly, I'm not on the side of the mega CEOs who are still making millions of dollars when their frontline workers are having to work extra jobs or taking extra shifts as an Uber driver or DoorDash driver to make sure they can pay the rent or make sure that they could possibly, buy Christmas gifts for their kids or their friends and their family. I get, I really am sympathetic to that. However, the reality is that not every job is supposed to be a career. Not every job is supposed to exist to support a family. When you work at McDonald's, well, nowadays, I guess is different because the McDonald's by me is paying like $26 an hour. I mean, these kids are making 50 G's a year. I guess I admit, I'm obviously an old head now, but when I worked fast food, it was like 5.15 an hour, and then it was $6 an hour. I know 50K isn't what it used to be, but in most cases, these are part-time jobs for kids or people who want part-time work, and it's not supposed to pay for everything. We've obviously seen the outcome of this constant demand for more money for, JOBs, I'll call them, not careers. And in liberal states and democratic states, there's always been this wild push for an insanely high minimum wage. And nobody ever thinks what that's actually like downhill from that. I mean, I guess I can't totally remember because I think the only times I would go to McDonald's if I had been drinking. But, an extra value. If you go to Five Guys, I just saw a video of some guy that was going kind of viral. He went to Five Guys, had 3 burgers, 3 sodas, and 2 fries, and it was nearly $60. There is a downhill effect of paying everybody. Like, do you think raising the minimum wage at Pizza Hut to $20 an hour? What do you think that people already don't like Pizza Hut? Now they're going to have to charge $18, $19 for a pizza. Over 2,000 pizza delivery drivers now to be laid off in California as $20 minimum wage takes effect. How'd that work out for you? It's like these I don't even want to say liberals, leftists. They don't understand a damn thing about the economy, probably because none of them have ever worked a real job. So they fight and they fight and they fight and they fight for an insanely high minimum wage, a minimum wage of $40,000 a year in an era in which gig drivers like DoorDash and Uber Eats can just pick up the slack, or in an era where remember when McDonald's workers were picketing for higher minimum wage? They now, as far as I know, have multiple locations that are nearly completely automated, that have like a few people in the entire building. Remember when McDonald's had a dollar menu? It wasn't even that long ago. You could get a double or double cheeseburger on the dollar menu. You could get, I think, a medium fry on the dollar menu, and so you could eat for $3. And now this is what the policies get. Now you raise the minimum wage, but nobody is going to pay it. California Pizza Hut franchises will be laying off over 1,200 delivery drivers due to the increase in the minimum wage for fast food employees coming in 2024. This move to increase the minimum wage to $20 was an initiative of Governor Gavin Newsom. I don't know if is that supposed to be a typo? Now, allow me a minute to stump for the pizza delivery driver. As somebody who's had a lot of pizza delivered, I think that a lot of businesses are really greedy. I remember when in my old house, there was only 2 pizza places in town that would deliver. One of their pizzas was just like a grease pile that nobody liked, and the other pizza place was extremely expensive. For like, if I remember correctly, if you had like 3 toppings on a pizza, like a large 3-topping pizza was like $30 there. This is at a time where even right now you can still get a large pizza from Domino's for like $7 or $6. I remember ordering that, remember during, it wasn't even during the lockdowns. If I can't remember the exact time, maybe you can remember in the chat or in the comments. I think it was around the time gas went up to like $4 a gallon or something like that. Suddenly every pizza delivery place started charging a delivery fee, right? And what happened is, and again, I'm stumping for delivery drivers. People on the other side were like, wait a minute, I paid you $5 to deliver the pizza. Why am I tipping you? So greedy pizza delivery, even again, this place wasn't even a chain. They would charge it like $3.50 or $4 to deliver the pizza. Plus, then I had to tip the driver on top of that. And so even I was like, screw it. If I'm going to buy your pizza, I'm going to go pick it up because it's $10 cheaper, right? You got to tip at least $5 per pie if you're tipping. So you're paying $4 or $5 for a delivery fee plus another at least $5 in tip. It's another $10 on top. So like, to be fair, the drivers have been getting screwed for a long time. Business Insider reported that Pizza Hut operators have filed notices saying they were discontinuing their delivery service entirely in order to comply with the Federal Worker Adjustment and Retaining Notification Act. According to the act filed by Pack Pizza LLC with the state's Employment Development Department, the company operating as Pizza Hut has made the business decision to completely eliminate first-party delivery services. As a result, the elimination of all delivery driver positions. How'd that work out for you? Now Pizza Hut's just going to use DoorDash, and they don't have to pay anything for it. Idiots. All those people that, look, I'm sure that most people that deliver pizza just do it for extra cash or whatever like that. But now you got them fired. Now they're fired from their jobs because because Gavin Newsom wanted a political point win. And, on top of, the wild increase in tip culture, it's insane. Southern California Pizza Co. similarly announced 841 drivers at their locations, Los Angeles, Orange, San Bernardino, Riverdale, and Ventura counties would also be fired. The franchise will use third-party delivery apps such as DoorDash as alternatives. So now these pizza delivery drivers that probably, I don't know what they were making, especially if we're talking in California, but I suppose like your average pizza delivery driver might make $8 to $12 an hour plus tips, something like that. At least they had like that minimum guarantee. But now they will have no guarantee. They will have to sit alone in their car in some seedy parking lot and try not to get robbed and stare at their cell phone and wait for somebody to have an order come through in which they will deliver for free. They will have to rely entirely on tips. This is a massive net negative for people who were delivering pizzas there. And like people, I guess, I know it's easy for people to be like, hardy har har, Pizza Hut sucks. I get it. Pizza Hut, McDonald's, I get it. But the point is that these policies don't work. This crap might have been able to fly in the 40s when automation was just starting. But like now they're just going to replace you. Now they're just going to fire you. So 2,000 jobs lost. So Gavin Newsom could parade around and say, look how progressive California is. Can't park your car on the street without getting robbed, but you can make $20 an hour at McDonald's. By the way, $20 an hour is already what people at McDonald's in the Midwest make. And then let's not even get into, by the way, where all these costs are coming in. Yes, corporations are greedy, okay? For the record, I don't mind Pizza Hut. I like their thin crust. I like their thin crust pizza. I wouldn't necessarily take it over like a small mom and pop shop, but like Pizza Hut used to be awesome. I used to go there for the buffet. They had a greasy Turtles in Time arcade game there. Pizza Hut we used to have culture in this country. Pizza Hut was a better place. But you get these stockholders, you get these CEOs, all that kind of stuff. You end up in this situation where now nobody gets a job. Now McDonald's will automate all these people out. So all these people that were making $20 an hour minimum wage, they're going to be out of a job. So how exactly is that helping the working class? It's just the dumbest, most short-sighted leftist BS that I've ever seen in my life. And again, I think workers should know their worth. But when I was young, I know this is a wild thing, right? Maybe you guys did something similar to this when you were young. I would quit. I would go find another job that paid better. In fact, when I was young, the minimum wage was like $5 to $6 in that era when I was a minimum wage worker. There were times that I quit an entire job over 25 cents an hour. 25 or 50. I wanted to make more money. I went across town and I worked at a different place. I know that's crazy, but it actually forced competition amongst employers. If they wanted good employees, they had to pay more for them. But now what? Now you want the government, like I started working at washing dishes. Cafe Istanbul was my first dishwashing job. Actually, Risky Business, a bar was. Then Cafe Istanbul, I think. I might mix those up. But when I wanted to make more than $5 an hour, I got a job in retail at Office Max. And when I wanted to make more than that, I went to Best Buy. And when I wanted to make more than that, I actually went to Menards. I love selling electronics. But Menards paid their cashiers $10 an hour for weekend days. So Menards paid more than anyone else to work weekends. So I went to work there. I didn't know anything about tools. I still don't. I sure remember my training and catching all these people, these construction workers putting diamond tip steel blades in their rolls of carpet and try to get it past me. So, I mean, that's how it's supposed to work. Because then the places that pay the least don't get any employees. And the whole system works that way. But when you have government intervention, this is what happens. Everyone gets unemployed.